Caitlin Clark's golf debut just made me so upset with the WNBA.
The WNBA is currently experiencing instant regret, and to be honest, it's entertaining to watch. The LPGA simply stepped in and showed them how Caitlin Clark truly deserves to be handled, let's face it. She is not to blame for my anger. The LPGA just did all that the WNBA was supposed to do this season, so the WNBA is to blame. They completed everything correctly in a single day. The LPGA threw Clark the red carpet and gave her everything she deserved, while the WNBA sits there gnawing their fingernails and undoubtedly thinking how they made such a huge mistake. So, I have only heard good things about this event thus far. I heard nothing about how nasty her fans are. I didn't hear anything about Caitlin Clark receiving too much attention. Perhaps the focus should have been on the local professional golfers. None of that was heard by us, and for the duration of the WNBA season, we have been hearing things like that. Whether she's sinking putts or draining threes, her fans can't get enough of her. Her fans virtually yelled for a televised special just to watch her swing a club after she recently lit up a Pro-Am golf event. Wasn't even supposed to be broadcast on television at first, but a lot of people were messaging the organization to ask how they could see Caitlin. Are we able to attend the event? After taking one glimpse at her star power, Electric Buzz made an offer that no rational person would refuse, according to the LPGA. Since they mishandled their biggest star and let her shine elsewhere, Kathy Engelbert and her so-called league are left eating humble pie. Because Caitlin Clark is playing, the LPGA event is getting more prime attention. Additionally, on Wednesday, Golf Channel's golf show will start 90 minutes early and feature live look-ins. Additionally, it has been mentioned that you will witness Caitlin Clark's warm-up. Naturally, the LPGA, being the marketing brilliance that they are, seized the chance. It was like finding a marketing secret no one realized they needed when Clark, the irresistible force of women's basketball, was featured at a golf event. Even the most hopeful event planners couldn't have imagined how quickly the entire situation might become a goldmine. Since Caitlin Clark was playing on the LPGA Tour, the event was taken over by the menacing crowd that made sure to go become upset at anything she did. This is where the humor starts. There was no intention whatsoever to broadcast Caitlin's presence on television prior to the event. No, not even a hint of it. Then Clark's horde of admirers took to social media, pleading for a live broadcast of every swing she made. Being sensible, the LPGA listened and made a last-minute call that made all the difference. They rushed, saw it on television, and marveled at the wonderful return on their impulsive gamble. The outcome? From being just another peaceful day on the greens, the Pro-Am tournament became a phenomenon that made headlines. Thus, pictures of Caitlin and Nelly are all over the place, and the LPGA knew that Caitlin would be the center of attention, so they were quite wise to accomplish this. Therefore, it would be fantastic if their top golfer, who is presently dominating the sport and advancing it, were positioned next to Caitlin for the duration of the competition. Both Nelly and everyone else benefit greatly from it. Let's discuss this now. The headlines of every other women's sport were stolen by one basketball star who stepped onto a golf course. Because of Caitlin's incredible look, the LPGA gained attention that is typically only given to sports that generate real conversation. Because of Clark's magic touch, the LPGA became the place to be. You could almost feel the buzz through your phone screen thanks to her golf stroke and captivating personality. And everyone was captivated, whether they were casual spectators or ardent basketball enthusiasts. Regarding the LPGA, it is evident that they were pleased to have Caitlin Clark present. They were fully aware of Caitlin Clark's worth. The pairing of Caitlin and Nelly Korda was the true stroke of genius. I'll stop you there if you believe that was a happy accident. This was the epitome of strategic excellence. It was a classic marketing strategy to pair Clark with the best golfer in the world, Korda. The pictures of them together, indeed, social media was their property. You couldn't look at Twitter or Instagram for 2 seconds without seeing the faces of Caitlin and Nelly. The takeover went viral. Furthermore, the LPGA was well-versed in their actions. I thought the internet was buzzing. Everything about her was trending on Twitter. Additionally, this event was being promoted by the LPGA. The fact that this event extended far beyond the typical golf crowd is what's crazy. Caitlin had people hooked to their TVs who wouldn't have known the difference between a birdie and a bogey. The LPGA executed the ultimate power move, attracting Clark's massive basketball fan base and bringing Korda more attention. The LPGA demonstrated that you could captivate and engage a completely new audience with the correct strategy. They realized how crucial new fans were to the entire event. Participating in golf, particularly women's golf, this is where it becomes even more juicy. The LPGA transformed Caitlin's success into a complete sports marketing masterpiece rather than merely riding her wave. They weren't concerned about being safe or overshadowing anyone. Instead of feeling intimidated, they welcomed Clark's star power. The LPGA's brave and audacious decision paid out handsomely. The LPGA just provided a tutorial on how to properly promote women's sports in a world where they are continuously battling for attention. She talked about her contributions to basketball and women's sports, and I'm just amazed that she's coming to our golf tournament. I'm hoping she will autograph my basketball for my girls. However, it's awesome that she came out to cheer us on this week and only contribute to the growth of women's golf. Social media activity of the LPGA during Caitlin Clark's golf debut was an extravagant celebration, as you might anticipate when a rock star attends a home cookout. The LPGA essentially took over the internet when Clark made his debut in a Pro-Am event in Des Moines, Iowa on September 19, 2023. Every social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, was booming. We're talking about an abundance of pictures of Caitlin and Nelly Korda beaming, footage of Clark's golf swing that would likely make Tiger Woods wince, and snippets of her signing autographs as if she were the star of a sports fan's ideal festival. The LPGA threw themselves into it headfirst, and it paid off right away. There was a lot of, we don't need you, we were good before, and we don't like your fans of the WNBA over Caitlin Clark. However, it was being devoured by her actual admirers, with footage of Clark's swing gaining millions of views more quickly than you could say whole in one social media participation skyrocketed. Posts about her were all over Twitter, and the hashtag Clark Golf debut was trending like a celebrity scandal. Thanks to the LPGA's clever use of marketing, people who had never considered watching golf were immediately captivated. These social media pieces, however, were receiving more than just attention. They were taking up so much attention that they even eclipsed some of the day's biggest articles about men's sports. That is referred to as a masterclass in marketing. I have only heard good things about this event thus far. I heard nothing about how nasty her fans are. I heard nothing about Caitlin Clark receiving too much attention. Perhaps the focus should have been on the local professional golfers. None of that was heard by us. And for the duration of the WNBA season, we have been hearing things like that. Let's now introduce the WNBA, a league that appeared to have taken a digital vacation throughout this whole event. The WNBA was completely silent while the LPGA was drinking up the hype and virtually swimming in engagement metrics. And by silence, I mean that there hasn't been a single post, tweet, or story regarding Caitlin Clark. The league as a whole seemed to be acting as though she didn't exist, despite the fact that she was attracting a huge number of new followers to women's sports. This was more than a marketing blunder. For every devoted WNBA fan who has been rooting for the team through all of its highs and lows, it felt like a massive slap in the face. They did everything in their power to undermine their own league, just as they were. In any case, that didn't work out for me. The fact that Caitlin Clark is more well-liked than ever makes it difficult to claim that I didn't totally backfire for them. Caitlin Clark is more than simply a glitzy athlete. She has been a prolific scorer since her freshman year at Iowa in 2020, averaging 27.8 points per game and leaving fans speechless with each highlight. The WNBA should be all over her, wouldn't they? Particularly on March 26, 2023, when she became the first player in NCAA history to record a 40-point triple-double during a tournament game. However, no. The WNBA's reaction was hardly more than a whisper, even when ESPN was treating her like a movie star. Social media was ablaze with angry fans pleading for the league to give her more exposure. However, it seems like the WNBA had more important things to do, such as perhaps watching paint dry. The WNBA posted absolutely nothing regarding Caitlin Clark's participation in this Pro-Am tournament. The WNBA's hesitation to promote Clark has long been attributed by critics to fear. Fear of upsetting the league's existing stars by focusing too much on one individual. It's a completely nonsensical strategy in the modern sports world when star power is crucial. Take a look at the NBA. By instilling superstars like LeBron and Steph into the cultural zeitgeist, they have established their empire. The WNBA's conservative approach, however, is increasingly appearing to be a holdover from a bygone era. And the WNBA had the ideal chance to do things like, have you ever seen an NBA or football player, for example, attend an NBA game or travel somewhere else and either leave a comment or just say something cute? This was the ideal moment for the WNBA to publish about it as well. Everyone is aware that the WNBA is harming itself by ignoring Clark's impact. Caitlin Clark is more than a mere athlete. She is a brand that talks, walks, and shoots. Her fan base, which numbers over 750,000 on social media, has the potential to revitalize any sports league. Instead, the WNBA acts as though her promotion would trigger a doomsday scenario. Future stars like Paige Buchers, who will shortly join the WNBA, may be impacted by this cautious attitude, which is hurting the league. What chance is there for the next generation if the league is unable to capitalize on someone as revolutionary as Clark? The LPGA's Twitter account is replete with Caitlin Clark-related content. She has pictures and a video of the spectators applauding her, signing autographs, taking pictures, and their players interacting with Caitlin. It's clear that they are also showcasing their golfers. Even sportscasters are fed up. The Athletic's John Hollinger slammed the WNBA for not using Caitlin Clark's effect in June 2023. He noted the league's stagnant viewership and the LPGA's marketing success. Hollinger claims that the WNBA is stuck in a 10-year-old philosophy that is now obsolete. Players are also watching. Two-time MVP and league legend Breanna Stewart was candid about marketing the league's top players in a July 14th, 2023 Sports Illustrated interview. She didn't name Caitlin, but the message was clear. Visibility is important, as Stewart and others agree. Fans are complaining on Reddit's RWNBA. A post titled, "Why doesn't the WNBA promote Caitlin Clark?" garnered over 10,000 votes and spurred heated debates on the league's confusing policies. How the LPGA handled Clark shows what can happen when a league acts together. Instead of embracing her, they staged a red carpet. While fans and analysts want change, the WNBA is stuck in its own universe and clings to outdated marketing methods. Unless people wake up quickly, hindsight can't make up for squandered opportunities.